So we've been doing the odd job for Screamfest for the last year, and there had been talks about redoing a haunted house, and I have been collecting baby dolls my entire life with no end game. So I pitched to do a dollhouse theme, and at first they weren't super keen on it, but after seeing some of our concept sketches, they decided to give it a shot. So I compiled a team of artists that I thought would be really good. Rochelle, for instance, is always upcycling baby parts, and Nicole has a complete obsession with horror films, and Tanner works a lot in film. So we kind of made this dream team and each divided up in different rooms and conquered it and made this magical, amazing, spooky dollhouse.
So this is my Jesus art hallway. I went to the MCC like every week and collected all the weird Jesus quotes and on wooded stuff that I could find. And I think it turned out really nice because, I mean, look at it. It's amazing. And then if you come around the corner, this is Emma's baby doll. I think she brought this one back from Paris.
It's kind of like a zombie apocalypse, but instead of zombies, it's dolls. The whole story is if you were to imagine that all the dolls in everyone's houses come to life one day and start murdering people. So you'll see that part of the story of the house is where the dolls are all being dismembered because we have been fighting back as the human race against the dolls.
So this is the kitchen. This was my room I got to design. I was inspired by Cabbage Patch Kid dolls. I thought it would be cool to make it like the Cabbage Patch where we harvest the dolls. So there's a butcher block where Cabbage Patch gets dismembered, and then boxes and boxes full of Cabbage Patch doll heads. And the logo of Cabbage Patch is the doll's head with like cabbage in a leaf of cabbage. So I took that, and instead of a leaf of cabbage, it looks like fleshy cabbage all around it. And then jars of specimens, like how you would have a spice rack, but they're baby heads. I don't normally do sculptures or 3D art. I primarily do 2D art, so I actually learned a lot doing this. Like the dolls are really expensive actually. They're like collector's items. So I learned how to cast. I cast one of the doll's heads and learned how to pour resin, and I made a bunch of the doll's heads and painted the eyes on them to look like Cabbage Patches. So I learned how to make sculptures as well. So I'm really happy with this room. So from the kitchen leads into the dining room. There's going to be an actor stationed here. So when the person walks by, it's going to go to scare the people as they walk by.
So each house contains about 10 different actors, some of them in costume and some of them are just behind the walls. So there's several drop downs where the actors will pop out when you least expect them, and then there's also some actors that will be right in the room acting and carrying out our story. Okay, welcome to the bathroom. So here we have some creepy little baby vintage dolls here, an exploded baby head, some babies drowned in a murky, moldy, vintage baby basin here. This is going to be all dark and just like slightly lit. You're only going to see little segments of it as you walk down into our hallway. So these are actually all pictures of dolls that exist in the house. So I took nice little portraits of them all, and I also found some really fun and creepy vintage baby photos. So they're kind of sprinkled in as well. And we have some nice 3D casted baby heads as well. So there's just a variety of different things in here. And it carries all along down this way with another hand scare leading us to the bedroom.
This is the bedroom. I wanted to make it like a poo-poo princess's palace because she's been throwing shit all over the walls. And this is her bedroom. So hopefully we get like a ballerina type girl in here maybe. But yeah, all the dolls, everything's been found secondhand. A lot of the furniture in this house is my old furniture. And yeah, it was a lot of fun sourcing all these things and painting all the dolls. And then down this way, some old artwork from my sister. And then it leads right into the boiler room.
So this room was created by Tanner, and it is called the broiler room. So we're gonna have an actor in here shoveling baby parts into this oven and banging his shovel around and making loud, scary noises. So some of Tanner's inspiration was when kids are like scared to go down into like the furnace room. There's babies in cages everywhere, and there's just a whole bunch of babies on the floor. So the idea is that in this room, this is sort of the climax of the story, all the baby parts are powering the house. So they're being dismembered and burned and creating the magic and the power of the house. So this is what we call the switch room, and it's where the dolls finally take power back. So this little creep here is, we'll be chaining up our actor in the chair, and she'll be slowly being changed into a doll with like, you know, maybe one doll shoe on, and she'll be warning people not to go any farther because this is the part of the story where the dolls finally regain their power. And all of the newspapers on the wall are supposed to help tell the story of the doll pandemic. And then this is where it switches. We have a Ouija board here and kind of some hair on the walls, and that's where you'll see that through the magic of the house, the dolls have taken their power back. And then as we finish, we'll see that they win. All right, so this is the final room on the way out. We call it the parlor room. And this is where you'll see that the dolls have taken power again. So they have beheaded this poor woman, and they're burning some other human parts. So you'll see they are now, you know, eating the flesh of the poor victims. So they've won, which is nice because we've put them through a lot. So we wanted to just give them a win.
Crowds all around me, still I'm alone. No one to say hello. Not even today, one single day. Anywhere I may go, no one to understand. I'm a stranger